Hi everyone! Today I want to share something that completely changed the way I manifest things in my life. It's powerful, it's simple, and it's something that every single one of you can start using right after watching this video. We're going to explore how your brain literally decides what becomes visible, possible, and real for you, and how you can use a tiny 11-minute daily practice to activate this mechanism and manifest anything you want. If you've ever wondered why some people seem to notice opportunities everywhere, while others feel stuck, or why certain desires feel out of reach even when you affirm them, the answer is inside a part of your brain that most people don't even know exists: the reticular activating system, or RAS. And I'm also going to share a personal experiment I did, something small, simple, and completely anxiety-free that shocked me because it worked instantly. It involved blue cars. Yes, blue cars. And it became the moment I realized that manifestation begins in the mind long before it appears in the physical world. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to train your RAS, how it connects directly with the law of attraction, and how these 11 minutes can shift your awareness so deeply that your reality starts responding to you differently. So take a breath, get comfortable, and let's wake up the part of your brain that has been waiting for your command. And before we dive in, I want to let you know that I've linked my favorite Dr. Joe Dispenza books below, the ones that helped me understand how the brain, energy, and manifestation truly work together. They're honestly life-changing, so check the link in the first pinned comment if you want to go deeper. 1. The moment you realize your mind is a filter for reality. Have you ever wondered why two people can walk through the exact same city on the same day, at the same hour, and yet one of them notices beauty, opportunities, signs, and coincidences, while the other sees absolutely nothing special? When I first discovered the answer, it completely changed the way I understood my mind and how manifestation actually works. And that answer is something most people don't even know exists. It is called the reticular activating system, or RAS. And once you understand it, you will never look at your reality the same way again. Before we go into science, let me take you back to a moment in my life that opened my eyes. I wasn't trying to manifest anything big. In fact, I wasn't even thinking about manifestation. I was just curious. I kept hearing people say that your brain shows you what you tell it to look for, so I decided to test it in the simplest, most harmless way possible. I told myself, okay, let me see if this thing actually works. Today, I'm going to see blue cars everywhere. It wasn't emotional, it wasn't tied to any desire, and I had no reason to feel pressure or anxiety. It was just an experiment. I remember laughing at myself while getting ready that morning, thinking this was probably silly. But I wanted to see if my mind could actually tune itself to a signal the way people claimed. And let me tell you, I will never forget what happened next. I stepped outside, and within minutes, I saw a blue car pass right in front of me. Then another one. Then another one parked across the street. I thought, okay, maybe it's a coincidence, but it didn't stop. Everywhere I went that day, at the grocery store, driving, walking, even scrolling online, the color blue seemed to pop out of nowhere. It was like my entire world had been highlighted, like someone had painted blue cars into my reality. They were always there before, but I had never seen them. And in that moment, something clicked inside me. My mind wasn't showing me reality. It was showing me what I told it to look for: a filter, a spotlight, a selective lens. And once I experienced that, I couldn't unsee it. I realized something powerful. If my brain could highlight blue cars with that much intensity, what else could it highlight? Money, opportunities, love, ideas, solutions, synchronicities. This wasn't just about cars.
This was about shaping the way my mind interacts with the world. This was the day I understood that manifestation isn't about forcing the universe. It's about training your internal filter so that what you want becomes visible, reachable, and emotionally familiar. And that, my friend, is exactly what the reticular activating system does. But before we go deeper, let me explain the RAS in a way you will actually feel in your body. Right now, without moving your head, notice all the sounds around you that you were ignoring. The low hum, the distant noise, the soft vibration in the room. They were always there, but your brain filtered them out. Now, do the same visually. Look around and see the details you weren't noticing. The textures, the colors, the small objects that were invisible a moment ago. Again, they were all there. You just weren't tuned to them.
That's the RAS, a small network of neurons in the brainstem whose job is to control what gets your attention and what fades into the background. It decides what enters your awareness and what stays hidden. And here's the most important part. The RAS does not choose based on what is true. It chooses based on what you repeatedly think about, what you emotionally react to, and what you believe matters. That means your reality is not created by what exists. It is created by what your mind chooses to acknowledge. After the blue car experiment, I became fascinated. I started paying attention to how often we walk through life completely blind to the opportunities around us, simply because our RAS is tuned to fear, stress, lack, or old patterns. Imagine trying to manifest money while your mind is tuned to scarcity, or trying to attract a loving relationship while your internal filter is tuned to disappointment or fear of rejection. It's not that the universe isn't responding, it's that your mind isn't letting you see the paths, the openings, the possibilities. This is why so many people feel like manifestation doesn't work. It's not that they are doing anything wrong, it's that their filter is working perfectly, but it is tuned to the wrong thing. When you understand this, your entire approach to manifestation changes. You stop trying to force outcomes. Instead, you start training your mind to highlight the things you want, just like the blue cars. And once your RAS locks onto something, your whole reality begins to shift around it, not magically, mechanically, neurologically, predictably. In this video, I will show you how to train your RAS in just 11 minutes a day so that your desires become the blue cars of your life, impossible to miss and appearing everywhere. But before we get there, we need to go deeper into how this system shapes your everyday experience. 2. How the RAS turns thoughts into what you see, feel, and attract. Now that you understand the moment everything shifted for me, the blue car experiment, I want to take you deeper into how the reticular activating system actually works. Because this isn't just a cute story or a fun psychological trick. This is the core mechanism that determines what becomes visible in your reality, what opportunities you notice, what signals you receive, and ultimately what you manifest. Let me start with something simple but life-changing. Your brain can only process a tiny fraction of everything happening around you. Scientists estimate that at any given moment, more than 11 million bits of information enter your nervous system. But your conscious mind? It can only handle about 40. Not 40,000, 40. That means that 99.9996% of reality is filtered out. And the power to decide what makes it through that filter is in the hands of the RAS. Think about how wild that actually is. Every day, you walk past people who could open doors for you. You scroll past opportunities, solutions, answers, and ideas that could change your entire life. You are surrounded by signals, literally bathed in possibilities, but your mind notices only those aligned with what it believes is important. The RAS is like a personal gatekeeper, and it decides, this matters, this doesn't. This is relevant, this is noise. This belongs in your awareness, this stays invisible. Most people think manifestation is about pulling something into your life from the outside, but the truth is much more intriguing.
Most of what you desire is already around you in some form. You just can't perceive it yet. Your RAS is not waiting for the universe to deliver what you want. It is waiting for you to signal what to highlight. Now, here's the part that connects directly to manifestation. Your RAS responds to emotional intensity and repetition. This means two things shape your reality more than anything else: what you think about often and what you emotionally react to. Which explains why people stuck in cycles of stress, anxiety, scarcity, heartbreak, or self-doubt tend to keep attracting experiences that reinforce those states. Their RAS is simply doing its job. If you constantly think about what you don't want, your mind highlights it. If you obsess over fear, it becomes the only thing you notice. If you replay disappointments, betrayals, and failures, your brain assumes these things matter, and it tunes your awareness toward experiences that match them. This is why manifestation feels so frustrating for many people. They're trying to think positively, but emotionally, they're tuned to fear or doubt. The RAS listens to emotion first, words second. You can tell yourself, "I am abundant," but if the emotion behind it is fear of the bills, your RAS tunes itself to lack. It highlights everything that confirms scarcity. It hides evidence of abundance. You literally become blind to the very opportunities you're trying to attract. And this brings me to one of the most important truths about manifestation. Your reality does not reflect your desires, it reflects your dominant internal signals. Not what you want, what your brain believes matters, what your emotions reinforce, what your mind rehearses every day. This is also why small, neutral experiments, like the blue cars, are so powerful. They bypass emotional resistance. When I tested the RAS with something that didn't trigger fear, urgency, or pressure, my brain could finally demonstrate how powerful this mechanism is. And once I saw it working on something simple, I realized I could apply the same principle to money, opportunities, and even love. But before we go there, let me break down what actually happens inside your brain. The RAS sits in the brainstem, connecting the subconscious brain to the conscious mind. It's like a bridge, and what crosses that bridge shapes your experience of reality. It filters information based on three things: repetition, what you think about often; emotional charge, what you feel intensely; identity, what you believe about yourself and the world. This is why affirmations don't work when they are spoken from a place of fear or disbelief. The RAS doesn't care what you say. It cares what your internal world is signaling. If your identity says, "Abundance isn't normal for me," your RAS filters reality to match that story. If your emotional body says, "Love is dangerous," your RAS highlights signs of rejection, caution, and withdrawal. But here's the good news, and it's the most empowering part of all this. The RAS can be trained, neurologically, deliberately, predictably. Just like a muscle, the more you direct it towards something, the stronger its focus becomes. This is why intention practices, morning routines, visualization, scripting, and gratitude exercises are not spiritual fluff. They are neurological conditioning. They are RAS training. When you consistently show your brain what matters, it starts finding it everywhere. And this is where manifestation becomes real, not magical, but mechanical. When your RAS aligns with your desires, your reality begins to reorganize around them. You notice synchronicities. You see options you never saw before. You recognize chances that used to pass you by. You interpret events differently. You act differently. And because your perception changes, your decisions change. Because your decisions change, your results change. Manifestation isn't magic. It's the brain, body, universe connection working in harmony. And in the next block, I'll show you exactly how I applied this to money, opportunities, and love, and how you can do the same. 3. How to train your RAS in 11 minutes a day.
and manifest what you actually want. Now that you understand how the reticular activating system shapes your reality, I want to show you how to train it. Not in a complicated, time-consuming, or overwhelming way, but in a simple 11-minute daily practice that completely changes the way your mind filters the world. Because here's the truth. Your RAS doesn't respond to willpower. It doesn't respond to intention alone. It responds to consistent signals. And these signals come from your emotions, your focus, and the way you direct your attention every day. When I first discovered this, I realized something important. If the RAS can be programmed accidentally by fear, stress, and old beliefs, it can also be programmed deliberately with clarity, calm, and intention. So let me show you the exact method I use to shift from manifesting random experiences to manifesting intentionally. This is the same method that helped me go from seeing blue cars everywhere to attracting unexpected opportunities, money, aligned people, and even new paths in my personal life. This 11-minute routine is simple, but do not let its simplicity fool you. When done consistently, it rewires your mental filters and changes the entire field of what becomes possible for you. Here's how it works. Step 1. 2 minutes of stillness, signal reset. Your RAS is sensitive to whatever has your attention. That means you cannot train it while your mind is chaotic. So the first 2 minutes are about one thing: slowing down your internal noise. Close your eyes, place one hand on your chest and the other on your belly. Breathe slowly until your thoughts soften just a little. This moment tells your brain, we are shifting focus. Pay attention to what comes next. It's like clearing the screen before typing a new command. Step 2. 3 minutes of laser-focused visualization. This is where you choose one thing you want your RAS to highlight in your reality. Not 10 things, not a whole vision board, just one. Maybe it's an unexpected opportunity, a loving connection, a certain amount of money, a certain feeling like safety or freedom. Whatever it is, imagine it as if it already exists in your field, not as a fantasy, but as a category of information your RAS must now search for. For example, when I first started manifesting money with the RAS method, I wasn't imagining piles of cash. I was imagining moments where abundance was present, receiving a payment earlier than expected, finding an opportunity, being introduced to someone influential, getting clarity about a new idea. That's what your RAS understands: concrete signals, not vague dreams. Step 3. 3 minutes of emotional encoding. Visualization alone doesn't reprogram the RAS. Emotion does. So the next 3 minutes are about creating the emotional signature of what you want. Ask yourself, how would I feel if this was already happening? What energy would I carry? What would my body feel like if I trusted this fully? Let that emotion rise, even if it's subtle, because the RAS is always scanning for the emotional patterns you rehearse. When you feel the emotion first, your brain starts looking for experiences that match it. This is why manifesting from anxiety doesn't work. The emotion contradicts the desire. But if you rehearse the emotion of your goal, even briefly, your RAS begins aligning immediately. Step 4. 3 minutes of open awareness, letting the RAS work. This final part is my personal favorite, because it's where the magic becomes real. For 3 minutes, you simply sit in open awareness. No forcing, no visualizing, no expecting. You just allow your mind to expand and search. In this space, your RAS begins reorganizing itself. Neural networks realign, filters shift. What was previously invisible starts becoming noticeable. This is where coincidences begin. This is where synchronicities show up. This is where the universe feels like it's responding to you. But in reality,
It's your brain learning to see what was already there. Why this works. 11 minutes might not sound like much, but it creates a powerful pattern. You calm the noise, you define the target, you encode the emotion, you allow the RAS to reorganize your awareness. And when done consistently, your brain begins to prioritize the signals that match your desires. This is why within days or weeks, people start noticing random opportunities opening, unexpected money appearing, aligned people crossing their path, creative ideas coming out of nowhere, intuitive nudges becoming stronger. It's not magic, it's not luck, it's training. You're teaching your brain to become a magnet for what you want. A final message for you. Before I close this video, I want to say something important. Manifestation isn't about forcing the universe to give you something. It's about preparing yourself to notice, receive, and act on what was always available. Your RAS is the bridge between the invisible and the visible, between possibility and perception, between desire and reality. And I want to invite you to try this 11-minute method for just 3 days. Then come back to the comments and tell me what happened. Tell me what you started noticing. Tell me what shifted. Tell me which synchronicities appeared. Because when you train your RAS, your world begins to reorganize around your focus. If you found this powerful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. I post content designed to transform your mind, your energy, and your reality. And if this practice resonates with you, comment below, "I'm training my RAS." Let's activate this shift together. And if you want to go even deeper into how your mind, your energy, and your subconscious shape your reality, I highly recommend diving into the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza. His books were a turning point in my journey, especially when I started understanding how the brain filters information, how emotions rewire the body, and how coherence accelerates manifestation. I'll leave the links to my favorite ones in the first pinned comment so you can explore them.